Sir John Major was one of the architects of the peace process and has followed events there closely. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Martha.
What's your overview of the state of Northern Ireland politics and indeed the peace process at the moment?
Well, I think the peace process is fragile. People regard the peace process, which was very hard earned over very many years by a lot of people, shouldn't regard it as a given. It isn't certain, it is under stress, it is fragile. And although I don't expect it suddenly to collapse because there's a broad consensus that wishes it to continue, I think we have to take care with it and take care that everything we do does not exaggerate the underlying differences that still are there in the Northern Ireland community.
So where do you think this leaves the potential deal between the Conservatives and the DUP?
Well, let me make several points about it. I am concerned about the deal. I am wary about it. I am dubious about it, both for peace process reasons, but also for other reasons as well. That said, all my life I've been a Conservative. I very much want Mrs. May to succeed as Prime Minister and to stay as Prime Minister. And I understand why she wishes to shore up her parliamentary position. That is entirely understandable, and I sympathise. But my main concern certainly is the peace process. A fundamental part of that peace process is that the UK government needs to be impartial between all the competing interests in Northern Ireland.
The Good Friday Agreement says the power of the sovereign government with jurisdiction there shall be exercised with rigorous impartiality.
That is entirely right. And that was always the intention right from the start of the negotiations. And the danger is that however much any government tries, they will not be seen to be impartial if they're locked into a parliamentary deal at Westminster with one of the Northern Ireland parties.
There you have it. I mean, that's fairly obvious, right?
And of course, she campaigned on Jeremy Corbyn being a terrorist sympathizer. Her government will be sustained by a literal terrorist sympathizing party and terrorist linked party.